today's Wednesday webinar, and this is all about how to truly tap into your greatest resource, which is you, to love your life now. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is the life you get right now. So let's make it the best life possible. Let's make it a life that you truly love, relationships that are rich and meaningful, and work that feels fulfilling and fantastic. Like you just are looking forward to another day to experience using your gifts and talents to make a difference in the world. And then also accepting and allowing and receiving a financial flow that comes from you doing the work that you truly love. So, my name is Janet Grace Nelson. I'm a spiritual life coach and an author and an international speaker, retreat leader, and it is my honor and pleasure to bring to you these weekly Wednesday webinars that are here to serve and support you. This is what I live and I breathe, and I love learning about different techniques and tools. I've been studying with the most incredible um, life, personal growth and development teachers and counselors and incredible um, coaches from all over the world. And so it is, like I said, my great pleasure and honor to bring to you these principles. So today's lesson is really about, are you living your truth? Are you living your authentic life? Really from the inside out. Are you living authentically? Or do you feel as if you're out of integrity with who you really are? Are you hesitating? Do you feel a sense of frustration? Do you feel as if you are making your choices and decisions to either please your family, maybe you're pleasing your spouse or your significant other, or you are doing things and choosing to do things to please your boss? Excuse me. Let me get a sip of water here. Or maybe you are making your choices from your should, from I should be doing this and I should be doing that, and I went to school for this, so I should be in a career that utilizes my college education. And the truth is, we have to stop shooting all over ourselves. And should is not the highest vibration or the highest reason for you to be choosing to do things in your life. So today's message. So thank you. I'm so glad that so many of you are with us today, and I want to make sure that you can and your information, anything specific that you would like me to address today, because like I said, this is all about you. So if there's something that you're specifically grappling with at this time, I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, and sharing these truth principles every single week, I can really navigate my teachings around any specific issue or situation that you might be struggling with at the time. So, are you living your truth? It's really a question to be asking yourself throughout the day, several times a day. Is this my truth? Is this my truth? So I'm going to be sharing some different ways that you can really anchor these principles, 3 keys to living your truth now. You don't have to wait till next week. You don't have to wait till next month or next year. You don't put it on your, oh, well, in January 1st of 2016, that's when I'll start living my truth. It's important that you start living right now. Live your truth right now. I have a quote in all of my letterhead and all of the things that I have as a spiritual life coach, and it's live your truth from the inside out. When we are reacting to life around us, situations and circumstances that are coming at us, that are part of this journey of life, when we're living in reaction instead of response, typically we're not living our truth. So I'm going to be sharing these principles that have been such a huge, huge part of not only my life, but my hundreds of clients that I've taken through my programs, that have gone to my sacred retreats, that I've been honored to share these principles to help them to up-level their lives and really get in touch with themselves in a deeper and more profound way. Because that's really what you're here for, to know thyself. And as you live your truth and know thyself, it is the truth that shall set you free. So, number one is we want to listen to our inner voice. So, once again, are you living your truth? Everyone tells me I've changed, but the truth is, I've stopped living my life their way. Are you living your life someone else's way? Are you not living your authentic being? And perhaps it's our well-meaning parents, that have a vision for us. I want you to be this, and I want you to do this, and we feel as if we don't fulfill their desire for how we should live our life, that we're disappointing them. And the same thing for a spouse or significant other, or even your community, that you think that you need to be a certain person to fit into a mold that was maybe created by someone else, or maybe it was a figment of your imagination. Once again, that should. I should be doing this, I should be doing that. But when you are really going through some personal, deep, profound changes, some expansion in your own heart, in your own life, and you're doing that from a place of listening to the voice of your own heart, it really is an authentic opening, an authentic leap into the great unknown. And yet, if you're listening to that voice and building the muscle of trust and faith, then you're moving in the direction of, of allowing yourself to live a more true you. And how do we do this? One of the things is listen to your heart above all other voices. Listen to your heart. And so I have a list of what I call live your truth techniques that I want to share with you today. So as you're joining us, and thank you, there's many new names and new faces that are joining us today. And as you are joining us, grab a pen and paper, because you'll want to write these down. And there's real um, opportunity here when we're in a mastermind group environment, which simply means that we are all here to support each other's growth and expansion. So, as we are coming together and talking about these truth principles, and we're sharing these concepts and these ideas, and as you're putting your requests and your situations or circumstances into the chat box that you would like for me to personalize or address today, we're actually tapping into an infinite field of energy that is called the collective consciousness. And as we're tapping into that, we're not only assisting ourselves in understanding life and truth on a higher level and a deeper level for ourselves, but we're also assisting the people around us, the neighbors that are in my field of energy, and also the people that are around you. And when you're go and listen to someone who's speaking on a stage and you feel like they're speaking directly to you because there's a connection there, that's really what's happening here too. And so if there's also a an area that you would like for me to speak about, uh, last week we talked about gratitude, and we talked about the principles of freedom and the power of making dynamic decisions. And so if there's something specific that you would like for me to address, please put that into the chat box also. But if you're here with us today, writing things down, the importance of taking concepts and ideas that you are connecting with and writing it down, even if it's just a phrase or something specific that I say or you see on the slide today, and it touches you, and you want to take it into a deeper understanding for yourself, otherwise known as meditation, taking it into a quiet time where you can say, wow, what does it really feel like for me to listen to my heart above all other voices? What does that feel like? What does that look like in my life? And before I went off onto that tangent, I'm going to share with you these 3 live your truth techniques. And the first one is true listening. True listening. So listening to your heart above all other voices. So when you're making a decision, and we're making hundreds, if not thousands, of decisions every day, all day long. I mean, you made a decision to join this webinar, this weekly webinar, and something in your mind and your heart resonated with something that I had said, a question that had been asked, an invitation that somehow linked with something that you are working on right now, and you thought, I want to listen. Or maybe someone said, Janet Grace's webinars are really awesome. You've got to check them out. And you're here. So that was a decision. And we're making hundreds, if not thousands, of decisions all day long. What are you going to wear today? What are you going to have for lunch? How are you going to spend your afternoon? And some of those decisions are made for us by the choice that we've made to have a specific career or work in a certain field, and you're working 9 to 5, and you have this 1 hour as a lunch break. But you can choose and decide to do anything during that hour. And you're here with us today. So just allowing yourself to listen to these techniques, to live your truth techniques. The first one is to really listen. Listen to the voice of your own heart. And when you're making a decision, especially important decisions, like where am I going to go on vacation this year, or who's going to take care of my animals while I'm gone. It just I'm putting out some random questions, but if you have some questions that you would like some assistance with in making a decision from your truth, from the voice of your own heart, and not from the voice of outside influences, outside um, outside of your own authority, your own authentic voice. And so I always press the pause button when I'm making important decisions. And I listen from that place of what feels right to me. Because the mind thinks, but the heart feels, the heart knows. So when you're making an important decision and you're asking yourself, okay, so maybe you're choosing between two things. So um, a recent a recent decision. I have a goddess retreat coming up at the end of this month, which is magical, and it's our 10th anniversary Big Bear Goddess Retreat up here in the beautiful mountains of Big Bear Lake, California. And I had a decision to make on which house, which mansion am I renting this year for this group. And when I went to visit those locations, and it was down to two, and I listened to the voice of my own heart that was in alignment with the different um, processes and the different things that I had planned for this particular group to experience once again a deeper dimension of themselves, falling deeper in love with yourself, and really having an experience of really resonating with the voice of your heart through these processes. And so as I was deciding between these places, one of them really, when I felt the energy of having that retreat in this location, it was a definite yes. My heart skipped a beat. It felt energized, and I could feel my nervous system was in alignment with what I was there to. We're going to do some water ceremonies. We're going to do a big drum circle under the full moon, and there was space for all of these beautiful things, and the practices that we're going to be sharing. And the other one was a not quite it. It was close, but it was a not quite it. It didn't have the outside space that was tucked into the forest, that we had the boulders and the open space to do our drum circle. So it when I was listening to how I was making that decision, I literally pressed the pause button, and I jokingly call the pause button my belly button because it reminds me, and it's kind of silly, but it stops me in the moment so that I can take a breath, settle into that moment, let myself ask my question: how does this place in Boulder Bay feel for the goddess retreat? Can I see myself there? Can I see all the women that are coming to this retreat? And there's a few spaces left if any one of you are interested. And how does that feel to be facilitating the retreat in this space? And then listen to the voice, listen to how it feels. And then the other side of the coin was, how does this place feel? And it was a not quite it. So I knew I was making my decision from that right place. Live your truth from the inside out. Listen to the voice of your own heart. Because when you do, and you're listening from that truth, it's the truth that shall set you free. I knew right away. My decision was made. It was crystal clear. I wasn't wavering any longer. So there might be some decisions that you need to make in your life right now that you just weren't sure how you could approach making that choice or that decision. Try this technique. See if it works for you. Once again, don't take my word for it. Just try these things on. Apply them to what's going on in your life. Apply them to your situations and your circumstances and see how they feel. See how you feel in approaching your life from this perspective, from this opening. And once again, when you do, you are letting your inner light shine. When you're at peace with yourself and the world around you, you're letting go of struggle and you feel the beauty inside you that allows all to just be and just be you. This is an opportunity for you to be your true self. This is an opportunity for you to live your authentic life. One choice at a time, one moment at a time, one day at a time. And as you start using these principles that you bring to the situations in your life, and you feel better, you feel more at peace, you feel less hesitation. Most people are petrified of change, and it's only because they're not trusting themselves. Remember, trust and listen to the voice of your own heart above all other voices. This is how you start trusting yourself in such a big and beautiful way. So, once again, listening to your inner voice, what is it that you can understand about yourself? You were made in the image and the likeness of the Creator itself. You were created into being. You are a dynamic creator. And as a creator, you're making choices all the time. And when you make choices from that inner voice, from your heart's desire, you will start living more and more and more from your truth. And other people's opinions and and well-meaning uh, choices where you can still honor what they're saying, but you are listening to the voice of your own truth above all others. It's one of the chapters in my book is dedicated to this specifically. And it's so important because as you start trusting the voice of your own heart above all others, you will start doing things that you didn't even think you were capable of before this. And that's how you start living a bigger life. Because we're not supposed to keep repeating and repeating and repeating the same year over and over again. We're here to grow and expand and evolve and really let your light shine. And the way that you let your light shine is by opening yourself up, listening to that inner voice, giving yourself permission to open your heart and let that light radiate out. listening to your heart above all other voices, and let your light shine. Because the truth is, the world deserves your glow. um, this is the month of August, and my monthly message that is on my also my monthly meditation is about letting your light and love shine as brightly and as brilliantly as you can. And you know when you feel like you're open. In fact, do this with me for a moment. This is just this is an energy shifting exercise. And you can do this anywhere that you're feeling constricted, or you feel like you're protecting yourself, or you just feel like you're in a place of even doubting yourself. And you can feel yourself kind of hunched over, and you're really in this like, I just don't know. I just don't know what direction to move forward in. And you just feel this kind of this cloud or this energy. So in this moment, just allowing yourself, let's take a deep breath together, lifting up our shoulders, moving them back so that your wing blades are touching, taking that deep breath in, and actually allowing your heart to open as you're lifting your shoulders up and around and back. Naturally, your heart is leading the way. So let's take another deep breath there. Just relax into this new space, this new moment. Can you feel the difference between how it felt to be hunched over, kind of protecting your heart, protecting your light? Kind of feeling like that, oh, I don't feel very good in this moment. I don't know what's going on. But you can actually generate a whole brand new feeling in an instant by choosing to open yourself up, open up your heart. And as you do that, you've made an instant energy change, and it opens you up to let your light shine for yourself first. And then you can radiate that out to everyone and everything around you. But as you open yourself up and let your light shine, also the benefit is that the world also benefits your light, your love, and it feels better. Everything is about how do you feel in this moment. And just like when someone who's really negative and kind of angry, frustrated, maybe you walk into a bank and someone's yelling and you can just feel their dark energy. And you just want to, in that moment, just take a deep breath. Just send light their way. Just send light from you to them. See if that shifts energetically. Just give yourself permission to start playing with some of these ideas and some of these practices. But first and foremost, for yourself, because it's all about how you feel. And as you feel better, you're radiating that out to others. And you're making a difference by your decision and choice to do that. And as you start doing that and start living more from your truth, it really is about the truth shall set you free. So as you do these practices, you feel a greater sense of freedom. So when you're hunched over, you're protecting yourself, you're kind of in your own little prison. And as you open yourself up and live from that, shining your light, your brilliance, your truth, it the truth that shall set you free. And ultimately, that's really why we're here, to feel a greater sense of freedom, to feel a greater sense of fulfillment, and to enjoy this journey. So, for fun, we're here to have fun and to enjoy this extraordinary gift called your life. This journey should be joyous and happy. So, what does that specifically mean to you? And how do you get there? How do you get there? Like I said, you are a generative being. You can generate any feeling in a moment. You can think about somebody that owes you money or pissed you off or is just not showing up for you the way you want them to, and immediately you can feel this anger, this frustration, um, this animosity, and you have generated that feeling from a thought that you were thinking. I used to love it. My spiritual mentor and coach, Mary Morrison, used to say that you have forgiveness work to do if there's someone that's not safe to walk through the streets of your mind. And so, as I just mentioned, you could bring someone to your mind and generate a feeling, and just as easily, you can bring someone to mind that represents unconditional love. Maybe it's a pet, maybe it's a grandparent, maybe it's your significant other, and you bring them to your mind's eye, and immediately your heart is open. You feel this kind of giddy, childlike kind of wonder and fun and joy and love. You can easily generate either one of those feelings, and you get to choose in every moment how you're going to feel by the thoughts you're giving your attention to. So, what is the life that you want to live? Live your truth. Express, I love this slide, express your love. Share your enthusiasm. Take action every single day towards your dreams. Walk your talk. Dance and sing to your music. Embrace your blessings and make today worth remembering. These are all choices that you can make in any moment. And you can ask yourself, how can I express my love right now? And once again, bring someone to your mind's eye. My daddy just turned 87 last Friday, and so I told him he gets a whole month. He gets a whole month to celebrate his birthday. So I just keep bringing all these wonderful memories of my dad into my mind, my mind's eye, and dropping it down into my heart, and just honoring and celebrating his life and what he means to me as unconditional love. And as you get to live your truth and express your love, what are some of the things that you can specifically do? How can you share your enthusiasm today? This is one of them for me, is by doing these weekly Wednesday webinars. I'm so enthusiastic about being of service to all of you and to each of you individually. And I'm also going to be inviting you and offering a free one-on-one coaching session that I call your break free session. And you just go on to my webpage, janetgracenelson.com, and you put in your name and your email address, and the time slots show up, and it's a free 30-minute one-on-one call with me. And we talk about where you are. What are some of the things that you want to take action on towards your dreams? How can you walk your talk? How can you greater live your truth? And then I share some principles and some ideas specifically tailored to you to help you go from where you are to where you want to be. And then there's different programs that I offer, different retreats that might specifically be of specific service to what you're moving through right now. Because we're all moving. Some of us are moving around in the same circle over and over and over again. And some of you are moving in this direction, but you might get stuck and you're just not sure how do I navigate through that gap, through that sense of I'm stuck right here and I'm struggling and I really want some help to get to that next level. Because we're here to grow and expand. And you're here to dance and sing to your music. And what does that mean specifically to you? And so the Break Free session is specific to you and embracing your blessings. Gratitude is such a essential practice. One of the webinars that I did about 3 weeks ago was about gratitude. And gratitude is the great multiplier. And the replays of all of these webinars are also available not only on my website, but also, I believe, on the Facebook page. So if you are feeling a sense of lack or limitation in any area of your life, count your blessings. Look at those areas. And maybe it's the area of finances. And you go, oh, I really want my financial freedom to be more, and I want to increase my income. Look at what you already currently have and bless it. And bless it every day and watch it multiply. Bless what you have. Embrace and count your blessings. It is a great practice to increase and multiply what you already do have, instead of cursing it and putting it into a constrictive bubble and really giving it negative energy. Bless it. Bless it. And watch it expand. Watch it grow. It's like blessing our children as they're little. Keep going, you're doing it. We don't tell a little toddler that tries to get up and walk and falls down and just and not give them the encouragement and the blessing to keep getting up, keep getting up. You want to be your own great cheerleader. You want to do that for yourself. And one of the ways that you can do that is to embrace your blessings every single day. Use this as a practice to bring more of what you would like. And if it's deeper relationships, bless the ones you do have. Bless the joy and the connection that you do have, and then watch it grow. Watch those people that you love get even closer to you, and watch the relationships get even richer. This is how you can continue to grow in the areas that matter to you most. And that's really about listening to the voice of your own heart too. What matters to you most? That's the question you want to stay in. So as we continue, what does matter? What are you creating now? You are a creative being. You are dynamic. And you have the capability to create anything in your life by putting your focused attention and intention. One of my previous webinars, weekly webinars, was the power of your intention. And so if you want to know more about the dynamics of that and that principle of intention, what we intend is what's showing up in our life. What we give our attention to grows. So this is how you tap into yourself as a creative being. What are you creating now in your career or your work in the world, or that's otherwise known as your creative expression? What are you creating? What does it look like? Using your 5 senses. I go deep into this in all of my extended programs. I have set yourself free programs and conscious living programs. And as we tap into what is it that you would truly love, what are you creating now with your attention and your intention and the power of your energy, your career, your finances, your health and well-being? What does that look like? Are you staying active every day? Are you making healthy choices? I've been talking about choices from the beginning of this webinar. Choices for your health and well-being. What does your what does your diet look like? Are you eating more healthy greens? I love this picture of the heart-shaped fruit and vegetables and everything that's grown from Mother Earth. Are you eating more and choosing to eat more of those healthy, vibrant foods from Mother Earth to energize and make your body temple even more vibrant, even more vital as you are stepping into your life as an even more dynamic being in your relationships, creating healthy, loving, supportive, um, fun relationships. What does that look like specifically to you? And if some ideas are coming to your minds right now, jot them down and then look at them later and say, what am I creating? What relationships would I love to enhance? My two grown children are just such loves and lights in my life. And we're planning our next trip, our vacation, to so that the three of us can spend time together in an environment that we all would love. And this year it looks like it's Costa Rica. So what is it that you are building and creating in those four main areas of your life based on some really dynamic decisions that feel like they're coming from you, not what you should do, not what someone else wants you to do. What would you love? What are you creating from that place of your authentic being, your authentic truth? This is how you start living your truth from the inside out. And so, as you're writing down some ideas, also just knowing that you are owning your light and you are opening yourself up and you are opening up that heart space and letting your light shine, letting your love shine, and you feel better. When you are making choices and decisions from your heart and you start taking action, I'm going to go back to I was giving you 3 steps. So if you're writing these down, it'll be awesome. And I'll actually post these on the Facebook page for this weekly webinar. Living your truth techniques. And the first one was true listening. And when you're making your decisions, pressing the pause button and asking yourself, is this what I would love? Is this what I would love? And listen for the answer. And I gave you that example about making the choice and decision about which mansion I was renting for the retreat this year. The second technique is called trust and talk. So when you're trusting that the voice of your own heart and you're up leveling your trust meter, because the more you start listening to the voice of your own heart and the choices and decisions are bringing you greater and greater joy, happiness, freedom, fulfillment, all the things that help you feel better about you and your life and the choices you're making, you're going to start trusting it even more. This is how you start trusting your heart. And you start talking more about what it is that you would love. And you're talking from the place of your truth, your authentic voice, your authentic self is speaking up for you. This is how you start trusting that and living your truth from the inside out. And when you start saying what your truth is, and I would love to, you start your sentences with that. I would love to take my children to a fabulous place that we could do some adventure hiking. We could go zip lining through the rainforest. We could do some things that are on all of our bucket lists, like some adventure and being on a beautiful island. We're in. So once again, start your sentences with I would love to. And as you start practicing this, and it becomes more and more and more familiar, you're raising the bar on your new normal. Not, oh, maybe someday, or, yeah, I'd kind of like that. Can you feel the energy difference between those two statements? And I would love to take my children to Costa Rica and have a week in paradise and just rich in our relationships and doing fun things and living a life of adventure. And we all love to travel. We've got that travel bug in us. So, what would you love to create in your life that is in harmony with your heart, your heart's desires? What matters most to you? And the third technique is to take action. Take action. Make the calls. Go in and do the research. What places in Costa Rica would facilitate this incredible adventure? What mansions are available here in Big Bear Lake, California, that will house 15 amazing goddesses that are coming to this goddess retreat, this 10th anniversary goddess retreat? So, first one was true listening. Listen to the voice of your own heart to make the choices and decisions for you that matter most to you. And the second one is to start trusting from a deeper place and talking about what you would love. I would love to fill in the blank. And the third one is take action. Those three T's will take you up to Mount Everest. They will allow you to continue to summit up to the success that you want to experience called your life. And this is your life. This is your opportunity to live in your greatest light. Own your light. Live your truth from the inside out. This is how this happens. Once again, living in a state of gratitude is essential. So grateful for my vibrant health and well-being, my opportunity to do the work that's meaningful and fulfilling, and to help hundreds of people constantly and continuously, speaking to thousands of people every single month to help you tap into your authentic self, living your truth in a bigger way, and then staying in gratitude about it all. I am grateful for the freedom to be myself where I can shine. You have unique gifts and talents that you were gifted with this gift of life. And it's up to you to open yourself up and allow those gifts and talents to radiate out, to shine from you, to make a difference in the world. Because ultimately, that is each one of our unique purposes is to give forth your unique gifts and talents to make a difference in the world. And as you do that, you feel a greater sense of aliveness and fulfillment, and life becomes really fun and really easy. And all the things that you are um, struggling with at this time, use some of these principles to say, if I could make a new choice in this moment about how I think about a situation so that I can feel better about my life, what would that look like? Remember earlier and listen to this recording again, because I know that I've shared a lot of concepts, and you can take a situation or a circumstance that you're going through today and you can have a solution, and something might show up in the next couple days and you go, oh, how can I move through this with greater ease and greater grace in my life and feel better about the direction that you're headed? And use these principles to assist you in moving forward with a greater sense of yourself, and start trusting your voice above all others, listening to that. And it is your duty to yourself to love your life, because this is the most important decision that you're making for yourself in your life. To love your life, not just, oh, I'm just going to get by. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is the only one you get in this monkey suit. This monkey suit is just for this lifetime. So how can you love your life even more? And like I said, I'm here to love and support you through anything that you're going through. I'm a transitional life coach. So I help you transition from maybe a current career, and you really have a vision for something else, some deeper, meaningful work that you got some ideas, but you just don't know how to get there. Let me help you. That's my expertise. I've gone through many different career changes and transitional changes. I was married for 22 years, and it was an incredible journey. And then it was time to move forward. And it wasn't easy, but the principles that I was taught, and my spiritual life coach that assisted me moving through that transitional time in my life, I have now embodied these principles and these practices. And this is what my greatest joy is, to help people really navigate through challenging times, through changes that feel scary and exciting at the same time, sometimes more scary than exciting. And I'm here to help you through those. And so if you're ready to take the leap and have a complimentary break free session, go onto my website. It's 30 minutes, and it's all about you. It's all about where you are, what's going on in your life, in your thought process currently, and even tapping into some of the visions and the ideas that you have, and then navigating through that, and helping you to get some greater clarity, greater courage, greater confidence for you to move forward with greater ease. This is really what life is about. It's about going through, navigating through those challenging, changing times with greater ease. We're not really here to struggle. We're here to grow, but we're not here to struggle, because struggling is truly a choice. And as I assist you in moving through these changing times, these challenging times, and do it with greater ease and grace, your life starts to look richer and fuller, and you start experiencing even more fun, even more fulfillment, even greater joy in your relationships, in your work in the world, your financial freedom and flow. Everything starts to start lining up in a whole different way. And it is my great honor and pleasure to be of any assistance. And every single week, I'm going to be bringing different principles. Next week is probably going to be about the prosperity plan and what that looks like for you. And so, also, if you have gotten value out of today's webinar, please go in and write a love note in the Facebook page and share something specific that helped you. Maybe it helped you through something that you're going through right now. Maybe just one of the concepts that I shared, and you wanna share that with others that weren't able to be with us on this webinar today. But if you did get value, please don't keep me a secret and share something. Share some kind of a love snippet on that Facebook page, and also go on to Janet Grace Nelson, my business page, and like the business page, because the more that we can get the word out and help more people, the more that we're able to once again radiate our light and our love to shine and be of assistance and healing and help to everyone along this path, because there is no private good. What's happening in your life, what's happening in my life, is also radiating out to our family, to our neighborhoods, to our communities, and to the world. So, once again, it is my great honor and pleasure to be of assistance to each and every one of you. And I so honor and appreciate you here today. And so, if there's anyone who wants to just jump in and say hello or goodbye or thank you or namaste, once again, it is my great pleasure and honor to be with you today. So, namaste. Bye for now. See you next week.